Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue our exploration of 3-character Chinese expressions a day in November. Today, we're going to talk about the 支付宝, which is actually a brand name. Imagine a brand name made into Chinese, contemporary Chinese vocabulary. That's how powerful this brand name is, because it is Alipay. It is everyday people's everyday payment method. Kind of like PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, but it does have a kind of a monopoly status in Chinese. I never used it before, but I heard about it, and I know the lives of Chinese transformed by this payment method because it's so easy, and if this becomes the default. If you want to travel, survive in China, you have to have your Alipay. Otherwise, you cannot make transactions. Can you imagine that? Oh gosh. Okay, so 支付宝 is what Elon Musk wanted to copy off. He aspires to make platform X, former Twitter, into this Alipay kind of framework, which is social media, public square, plus financial transaction place. So you transact your ideas, transact your money as well. Okay. 支, we have spend. Well, I translate it as spend, but it could be pay because eventually the two concepts converge. 支 originally came from the 3-finger hand symbol, which you can see both in both characters. Three-finger hand symbol is commonly seen in Chinese, and oftentimes it depicts the right hand from the user's point of view. So if you see from the screen, it looks like from the bottom of the screen, and then have a 3-finger, and because it's going this way, right? So you can see this is your right hand. So right hand in the screen, and then this, a vertical line, have 2 diagonal lines connect to it, is a single bamboo. So bamboo normally comes in clusters. So when we depict a bamboo, you have 2 of these. That's the bamboo icon in Chinese. Now it only has 1. That means we single out 1 stem of bamboo. And the whole thing, according to scholar, depicts the act of tearing off all the branches on the stem. So I guess there is material processing historical background over there, that in ancient times, bamboo was commonly used for furniture, maybe to some degree to house building as well. So it's a construction material commonly used in everyday life, especially in the southern part of China where bamboo is abounded. And for bamboo to be used, it's tiny twigs and branches growing on the stem gotta be cleaned out. And so then you are left with 1 long stem of bamboo that's have to knot, intermittently. So it behaves different from a regular wood log because it's empty in the middle. If you see, it's only the wall on the exterior, and that's it. There's no middle part of it. And so this bamboo processing of clearing out the twigs, the little branches, is depicted by this. And that's why you see a right hand with a bamboo. So it's doing something to the bamboo. Okay, why this becomes spend? Because I would imagine if you are getting rid of the twigs and the branches along the stem of the bamboo, you're kind of like dispensing, like getting rid of these tiny little parts on the bamboo. And so that looks like the act of getting rid of things, right? So this eventually means you're spending. You're either spending your time, spending your money, spend yourself in a certain way. Then this is the word to use, almost like you're getting rid of the little parts. You're using it somehow. Okay, so that's 致富. We have 2-legged person symbol, and eventually I realized this is a side view of a human figure. So the front side is kind of the arms looking like that. And this is the back, the torso, and the legs all connected. So it's a side view of human figure, kind of. I don't know why. Like Asian people, they do emphasize posture. So I don't know why they depict the humans like that. That's a mystery. Okay, so it's a generic human figure. Probably, how to say, it's kind of like a human rights. The definition of human, or all men created equal. Okay, so at the beginning of this man, the definition of how to define a man, right? In this phrase of all men created equal, that's man, like gender-wise, it's man only. So that's like half of the population excluded. And also, this is man, that's a free man. Like you're not enslaved to anybody else. You own yourself. Nobody else can claim you as a dependent. So that's, again, a portion of the population out. So I would imagine this person symbol, even if I say it's a generic term that means human, most likely this is from the perspective of literature man back then, like who have a voice, who are educated enough to read and write. And they are the class of people who are actually sustaining the language. It's not everyday people, like the whole population is a sector of the population. So I want to point that out. So that's the generic to them in their terms, okay? And then you have the hand symbol, but with the indicator. So this is 1 inch down in exact. It's a pointer to that particular location because it's the pulse reading practice. It's a medical diagnostic practice in ancient, even in contemporary Chinese doctor. If you go to see Chinese doctor, some of them can still do pulse reading. That can tell a lot of your bodily conditions that way. So then this 1 inch down eventually becomes like you do something with measured accuracy, with kind of like a quantification in mind. So this human plus doing something with measured action, then eventually extends to the particular interpersonal transaction behavior. So I guess if you provide service or goods to some others, you get paid accordingly. So there is this measurement that's fair in everybody's mind, that you come to agreement into a price that you're going to pay, right? So this transaction, interpersonal, so between humans with measured act, that's the definition of how Chinese to express pay. So spend pay means something you get rid of, you are using, then you pay for what you're using. Okay. And then bao, bao means treasure. It has this big dome shape with a chimney on top. That is domestic space. That means your private space. Everything under the cover of that is your private property. I guess in ancient times, private property was respected, was protected, supposedly, by the government back then. So you can, I guess at that time, there were no banks either. So when you have wealth in any shape and form, like ancient currencies, you keep it within your domestic domain. I would imagine a lot of burglary back then. Okay, so then this is the money symbol. Ancient money symbol currency is the seashell. So this is the visual depiction of the seashell. This is the shell itself, the patterns on the seashell, and the two little legs dangling out of the shell. That's the soft body animal who was the living resident, previous living resident of the seashell. Now, after they're done, we use that shell as human transaction method. Okay, and then this 3 horizontal lines connected with 1 vertical line, that's stringed together jade disc. So I guess jade in ancient times, because jade was kind of regarded as a precious stone back then. I would imagine kind of in a status like diamonds today. Diamonds was the overblown up value by, it's a pure marketing endeavor to make women especially feel that's something you should go after. That's valuable. That's a demonstration of love or whatever. It's a marketing gig. So jade as a mineral that you have to dig it out of mine it for it, right? It's probably difficult to get to itself with the technology back then, plus the transportation, right? So it was the not the innate quality of the jade. I mean, innate quality, I mean, jade can look pretty, feels nice on your skin, all that. But just the endeavor of humans to get jade out of the earth and transport it to the market itself will add value to jade. So jade back then was kind of like a diamond status in Western today. And I guess it's kind of naturally, organically. It was, I mean, I'm pretty sure business people back then too try to add extra layers of value, of perceived value of jade. So in any case, jade, the 3 discs means multiple. It doesn't mean exactly 3. Okay. And then connected by a string. That's the way to store jade discs easily. And that's a money symbol for Chinese as well, because it's treasured. Okay. And then this almost like anchor looking thing, right? Kind of shaping down, pointing down. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks another type of treasure, right? Because now we have the ancient currency, the ancient treasured precious metal thing, and this must be some other type of treasure. Altogether, it means domestically hidden treasure. So that thing to be discovered. Okay, so altogether, 支付宝, it's a spend, pay for your spending. And 宝 means treasure. Chinese like to use 宝 to mean, well, one is because it's related to money. Money is treasure, right? In contemporary sense. But also 宝 can be used as you're precious to me. So Chinese pair 宝 with 贝. 贝 is this money symbol, is here. This is 贝. So the Chinese use 宝 and 贝 together means you're so precious to me. You're my darling. You're my baby. So 宝贝 oftentimes is parents to kids, to their babies. They use 宝贝, or lovers, between lovers, you're my 宝贝. So they try to create this, transfer this interpersonal, valued, loved ones sense to this pretty rational transaction. They try to create this emotional connection to this otherwise pretty business way of transaction. So they add 支付宝 with that, as if it is a baby to go to take care of you, or some sort of emotional connection over there, as if you're going to accumulate wealth by spending more. Who knows? It's another kind of contemporary marketing gig. So I guess this is somebody take a picture at the Alipay headquarters. That's the translation. That's official. It's so influential in China, like everybody using it. It was developed, it came to scene after I left China, so I never get to use it, but I know it is integrated into everyday people's lives. Everybody, it's massive, and that's Elon Musk's wannabe. All right, catching to the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.